Well, it's February 8th, 2026, and this is Perfumery log number 11. The UPS man has come, and I have finally splurged on getting all of the stuff I promised myself I'd get with my Christmas money, which is all the stuff to make my new speakeasy themed perfume. So I'm going to go through and do an unboxing for you guys so that you can see what it looks like when I stock up my gear with about a $250 haul of stuff. So this first box is Eden Botanicals, and Eden Botanicals, they got to me very quickly. They were back before I was. It came USPS ground, but it came very quickly. Let's see what the available perfumes are. Okay. Benefit to them. They wrap this shit up nice and tight. Okay. First up, nutmeg. Everybody loves nutmeg. This is for my gin accord. It's also going to be really useful for when Christmas time and when pumpkin spice season roll around. Rose Absolute. Rose is the first, most basic floral. This is initially going to go into my gin accord, since my gin is modeled on Tanqueray gin, but this rose is also going to be useful for a perfume I call Reliquary of Rosemead, which is a rose and rosewood perfume that I'm considering working on once I get past this first project. Now let's see here. Lemongrass. Lemongrass is a booster for lemon. It lasts mid-note amounts of time so that you can have a citrus note in the mid-note of your perfume. It also is a little less IFRA restricted than Melissa. This will be going into the ginger ale perfume. This is blood orange. I wanted to have a selection of different citruses to work with, and so blood orange is if I wanted to form a blood orange nuance of that. Cinnamon bark. I have several different cinnamons that will initially go in the ginger ale formula, but cinnamon is in all kinds of perfumery stuff, so I will almost certainly not have a problem finding a use for cinnamon. White sage. This is, folks, the very first essential oil that I have had to use up and replace was my white sage. And the whole reason why Eden Botanicals got an order at all was because they carry white sage and Liberty Naturals doesn't. And so even if they're somewhat more expensive on some of their other stuff, it still makes sense for me to split my order between the two. Okay, here we have lavender. Lavender is essential for basically all men's perfumery. If you want to do a fougere, you need lavender. There's a lot of other things that require lavender. My first use for lavender is going to be in my gin mix. My gin mix is modeled on Tanqueray, and Tanqueray is a very floral gin. And because Tanqueray is such a floral gin, it has a mix of rose, lavender, and iris. And I didn't have the budget for 3 different flowers, so I've budgeted in some other flowers that are commonly used in gin. Of course, you can't have a ginger ale perfume without ginger. This is ginger CO2. I have 2 different kinds of ginger coming. The CO2 extract of ginger is the mid-note ginger. There are 3 chemicals in ginger that make ginger do what it does. And those 3 chemicals are zingiberine, which is a top note, gingerol, which is a mid to base note, and shagols, which are a base note. And so This version has all of the gingerol and shagals, and will be the mid to base note version of ginger that will go with the more top notey ginger I have. What is this one? Organic lemon. I didn't like that the food safe lemon I got made the alcohol cloudy when I added it, and even though it came back to clarity pretty quickly, I decided to get some Perfumery quality lemon so that I don't have to use up all my food safe lemon on non-food applications. And then here is bitter orange, which is again me trying to broaden my collection of citruses so that I can get a good strong citrus effect by making an accord of different citruses, and therefore have a stronger opening on my gin and ginger ale perfume. Now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 bottles cost me $129, I think. So, look at all the essential oils I get to play with all through this spring and summer. And I'm still only halfway to what I'm going to be doing with the next set of essential oils, which is actually more. Liberty Natural has slightly lower prices than Eden Botanicals does, and because of those lower prices, it's a little bit easier to buy theirs. I really like having a choice in my suppliers, so I tried to give some to Liberty and some to Eden, because I've honestly gotten really good results whichever supplier I've chosen, and I like being spoiled for choice in that way. And you notice they're very Sherwin-Williams-esque cover the world in essential oils logo, and by making all of these strong perfumes out of their essential oils, I strongly suspect I will be covering the world in essential oil with them. But this is just the outer box. The inner box is about the size of the box I was working from. So just give me a minute here so I don't get packing peanuts all over my floor. Okay. Now here is my smaller inside box, I guess to prevent all of my stuff from getting broken in the transit. And this is a much more sensible way of transporting things. Okay, this is cardamom seed, and this is cardamom seed FCC, which means that this is edible. Cardamom is used as a coffee additive, so if you want to make Turkish coffee, you need cardamom. Cardamom FCC is also used as a cooking additive, so this is food safe cardamom. This is food safe lime from Mexico. This is going to go in one of my ginger ale project formulas. This is white thyme. I'm not sure exactly why I chose to go with white thyme. It's not in any of my current formulas, but it's useful to have aromatics around. Capsicum. They actually called me about the capsicum. They wanted to make sure I was using it for like medical or herbalism purposes, because capsicum is very, very hot. And this is kind of a lot of capsicum, but I'm using it to make back cream for my back, mostly. If I'm lucky, a teeny bit of it can go in a perfume, but I suspect it will burn. So this is galangal. Galangal is used in Thai cooking, and I've been obsessing on a Thai dish called Tom Kha Gai, which is this Thai chicken soup dish. And it is galangal with ginger grass, lemongrass, coconut, and lime leaf. And so I've gotten many of the ingredients. I have aldehyde C18, which is coconut, and I have some lime leaf coming from Amazon, but they haven't quite arrived yet. But that is what that's going to go into, and if I'm lucky, galangal is a 400-hour base note, and maybe I can put it in the ginger ale perfume and or the gin buck perfume, and it'll work. This is sweet orange. Most of this will get used up making organic orange soda, but it's also rated for perfumery use, so I can maybe use it to make some perfume as well. Ginger grass. The ginger grass goes with the lemongrass and the galangal to make the Donka Gai perfume. Cinnamon leaf. The cinnamon leaf goes with the cinnamon bark to make cinnamon and anything that has cinnamon in it. And we're back to cardamom. Is that all? Yeah, cardamom, lime. Oh, and here is the tiny one, truly necessary for gin. This is angelica root. Now if I take angelica root and coriander and I put them into the gin, I can get a much more realistic gin. And here, so that I don't have to use up all of my food safe ginger on Perfumery, is some non-food safe top notey ginger to accord with the ginger CO2 here. And this, maybe with the galangal, will be the core accord of the ginger ale and the core ginger accord in the middle of the gin buck. And this may be the top note booster on the galangal perfume too. So I will transfer all of these back into the box here and hope that you guys have enjoyed getting this view into a happy moment in my perfumery when suddenly all of my desires for new materials come true in the form of one little box. Stay tuned to Perfumery Log for more of my adventures in perfumery. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.